Hey everybody, welcome. This is going to be kind of a off the cuff, just quick, not a reaction video, but it's kind of a reaction video to the Kentucky Invitational event I went to this past weekend. I wanted to, I originally said on my channel I was going to try to record my live stream or record my matches, but unfortunately there were two other, Dan was recording and Chris was also recording, so I wasn't really able to, I didn't really have space to do it, and it was a little awkward for me to try to fit in there. So instead, though, luckily, out of my 6 matches, 3 of them were on live stream. So I'm able to kind of do a little bit of a, we'll be able to look visually. Now, the quality of the video is not amazing because it was live streaming, 2 people live streaming kind of eats up a lot of bandwidth, so it's not great quality. But what I plan to do in this video is go over, essentially go over my team, what I was thinking during these matches, how my other matches went, and how my weekend went. I think that's always a good, something people want to hear. So, as you can see down below, that's the team I played. It isn't the most optimal team after, what is it? Hindsight's 2020. Hindsight, I should change it up. But basically, the concept was I was going to take the Latveria team, Latveria team, sorry, that I was, I made the Making the Meta video over because I really like that mechanic. I like the whole shifting focus, run over, free with the lasso, bring Giganta over. I loved it. So going into the tournament, I was trying to decide, did I really want to play that day? I want to play Justice League. I didn't have a Fulcrum Abominus. I could have borrowed one, but I didn't have one. So I could have played the Justice League version, but I didn't really like it because I didn't feel like it didn't fit my style. It's a good team, don't get me wrong, and we'll talk about that. But I felt like it was missing a little something. So then I started thinking about my Clicks Mafia event when I played Double Phoenix, 2 Dooms, Bishop, and Valeria Von Doom, and I really like the Dooms. I own all of them, but the robot one. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll play the Dooms. That'd be cool. And then I thought, well, wait, you can make Wonder Woman fit on Latveria because the 001 Wonder Woman has passed, and then Giganta just gains whatever keyword she has. So I thought, okay, Flash also has passed, or I could have gone Mr. Oz, and I'll save the team building part more for either the end of the video or for another Making the Meta, because I'll probably tackle Latveria next for that. But yeah, my team was Wonder Woman with both the rare and the super rare shifting focus, and then I only used bracelets, lasso, and the armor. I didn't use the sword. I guess I could have, but I don't own it, so I didn't bring it. I also had Doom the Annihilating Conqueror. I had the issue with this team is I'm very limited on sideline space because I have 2 spaces for the shifting focus. Then I have to decide which Dooms I want, and then I gotta hopefully have space for Trouble Lords and Troublemakers. So, Doom the Annihilating Conqueror, 067 Doom, Robot Doom is a must because of the 3 limiting actions, limiting them to 3 costed actions. Lord Doom is a must for the maggot teams that are pretty prevalent. And then I felt like Sorcerer Supreme was pretty relevant because the 2-target pen size is pretty good against like double Dark Phoenix teams or something like that. He's not the best pick, but he gives me some penetrating damage, which I don't really have on the team. I had 1 Dark Phoenix. I debated between having 2 Dark Phoenix or something else. I ultimately went with Molecule Man. You could blame PJ for that, or I'll blame PJ for that. He was really pushing for Molecule Man. Both Flashes, because I need the 2 space after the TK. Flash gives me the like Mr. Oz. I could have gone with Mr. Oz, but I also need a leadership. So Flash for 50 points gives me 2 Flashes, a Charge Flash, and the TK Flash, which you'll learn going through some of these videos. Those flashes are dumb. They were everywhere at this event. And then real quick, summing up, I had the emotional modifier. I love the emotional modifier because I don't really have a lot of perplex on my team. And instead of going with 1 perplex, I went with modifier so I could just decrease everyone's defense, but also give everyone Battle Fury if I need it. Battle Fury is pretty clutch as well. The last 5 points I originally had for the WWE ring, but I forgot it. And so I was debating between Remaker and Spin. I ultimately landed on Spin, but I think in hindsight, Remaker was probably a much better choice. But oh well. Before we really get going into my first round, and we're not gonna play through the whole round. This isn't gonna be a 4-hour video. I'll probably skip ahead and just talk about some of my plans. And actually, now that I think about it, let me go ahead and see playback speed. We'll speed this bad boy up to 1.5 times. This event, and this is kind of a bigger thing, is, you know, different regions play different things. I feel like Texas has their own crazy meta, West Coast has their own meta, and then the Midwest is another big one. You have kind of like your Midwest, like 2 branches of the Midwest. You have like your Oklahoma, Iowa, the Dakotas, and then you have your Ohio, Kentucky people. There were a lot of Dooms. I would say about half of the field were Dooms, surprisingly. I don't think I saw, there may have been just one full-on Secret Six team, which we were preparing for. Tyler played an animal team, the one that I believe David Mazur played in the HeroClix for Huntington event. And then Dan and Jason Alvey played what they call Bat Doom, so like a variant of Latveria, but with Prime Batman, which you'll see in one of these videos. And then there were other hodgepodges, a robot team by Brian Estes. There was some just pure Wonder Woman teams. There was some other Latveria teams that used Alpha Strike. There was a lot of variation, but also not a lot of variation with Dooms present. I was honestly a little surprised. But once again, that's the beauty of data, I feel like. Looking at the HeroClix for Huntington's event, a lot of our Secret Six players came from West Coast, Canada, and Texas. We didn't really have any Midwest Secret Six players for the most part. So that makes sense that it didn't really carry over. When I say Secret Six, I mean full-on Secret Six. Double Scarab, Sky Tyrant, Commissioner, maybe a Giganta, you know, really buying into Secret Six. Because there were some players that played Sky Tyrant, Dan and Jason played a Sky Tyrant, and a few other things. So yeah, starting out first round, I was against Jason Allen, who is on Team Clickstuff. I actually didn't know his team going in, and unfortunately, as you can see here, it's a little hard to see. I should preface all of this. I hadn't practiced this team beforehand. I felt confident enough going in that I knew enough about Wonder Woman. I knew enough about Latveria that I could combine the two and make it work. And so I grow during the tournament and get hopefully better and better. He was playing, and it's a little hard to see, he was playing Invisible Woman. He was playing like a scientist-themed team. So he has 2 Chase Flashes, Invisible Woman, and then some other scientists. I don't know if we can ever see it at some point. Unfortunately, I can't really see what else there was. I'm trying to think. I don't think he had Molecule Mate. Man, I should have looked this up before I started the video. I apologize. Let me pull it up real quick, and I can tell you what he had. But I won map, as you can see, because I had the Latveria map bonus. So that was pretty clutch. I unfortunately chose, and you can't see it here, I chose Lord Doom because for some reason I was thinking, okay, he's got those flashes, he's going to bring out the constructs. But I didn't really think that through very well because ultimately I had the peasants, and so Lord Doom really doesn't help out a lot with the peasants. So with Invisible Woman and the flashes, he had a Doom, so he had Doom on there. I'm pretty sure he had Doom. Yeah, he had DJ Doom. Yes, I think that's right. Yes, he had DJ Doom. And I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the other couple pieces he had out there. That may have been enough. Looks like there's 5 pieces. There's probably another piece I'm not thinking about, but I might remember as we keep going. So I won a map. I laid out the peasants, and I went out and I was able to steal one of his items. And then I had the other one run up there and base him. This is actually going a little slow because I forgot that I take a little bit sometimes. So let's speed this up a bit. So my first action, the first turn, I was limited to just 3 actions. So what I did was I had 2 peasants move up, and then I had them drop the emotional modifier there. His turn, he gives the... Oh, it's a power gem, because he gives the power gem to Invisible Woman. That's basically the main thought process there. So yeah, the game plays out pretty straightforward. I misplayed with Lord Doom. I really shouldn't have done Lord Doom like I did. He moves Invisible Woman up. Man, I really wish the quality of this was a little bit better when I was going to do this. And then I kind of went to town. The general play is I TK with Wonder Woman up 6, then to 2, and then I have her just fly over the house because she can. So that's what she did. She went over there to be able... Oh, he had Valeria. Valeria Richards. The +2 Valeria Richards. I knew I could handle Invisible Woman. She was going to be a threat, but I knew that I could shifting focus and maybe still hit lasso her. So I went over there to be able to lasso the 3 or the 4. Essentially, both Flashes, Valeria, and Doom. That was the goal. At this point, he's theme team probbing me. He's using the Flash's probs. And my dice were pretty hot. Not going to lie. Not going to lie in this one. My dice were hot. And I was able to token them up. I was then able to speed up a little bit. Bring over Giganta. Giganta came over. Did 3 damage to a bunch of people. And then it was his turn. He whiffed on some attacks, but I think ultimately he was able to take out Giganta. Yeah. So he went after that and took out my Giganta. This is my normal opening salvo with this team. Run out with Wonder Woman. I expect Giganta to die, like I just expect to. But then I expect to position Wonder Woman in a space where Dark Phoenix could come over. While Dark Phoenix is coming over, that's when I get my Flashes or my Dooms ready to go after that. Is the usual play. And that's essentially, I believe, what I do in this is I take a shot with Wonder Woman to get her out of the way, get Dark Phoenix in there to hit everybody, essentially. And I hit hot, so I'm able to basically take out Valeria, greatly damage a Flash. Doom doesn't take damage because he does the time platform. He equipped time platform, so move the time platform over. So he was able to avoid the damage. I think you only take 1 with that, but I scored the points for the time platform. At that point, Dark Phoenix was shot, and I didn't really move anybody up. I do. I sidestep up with 1 Flash, and then I kind of ended my turn. I think I may have equipped at that point, but this is round 1, guys. I don't fully remember everything I did during this. At this point, I'm trying to take out some more Flashes, take out a Doom or 2. I am able to... he makes the very smart decision. Jason's a very good player. He made the smart decision that he has the movement and range, that he had just had Invisible Woman carry the other Flash to come over to my side over here. Because I can't, I'm stuck on Hypersonic or something. I don't have great range at this point with Dark Phoenix. She's healed so far up I just don't have the range that I need to get over there without just moving. And at that point, Invisible Woman and Flash and the Construct could just whittle that down. So he came over to this side, hoping to take out my Flashes and my Doom and whatnot. I was able to Molecule Man, I believe is what I did next. Yeah, I Moleculed Man to block all of this and have Dark Phoenix carry Wonder Woman over. I forgot those constructs by Flash can actually get through blocking. Funny enough. So he was actually able to come over here and just essentially just blast. As you can see right here. He comes over here and he's able to just blast my Molecule Man. So I lose Molecule Man. I'm still up a lot of points because I believe I took out his Doom, his Flash, his Valeria. He's only got Flash and Invisible Woman at this point, so he's really trying to just score points, which makes sense. At that point, I'm able to get Dark Phoenix in the fray a little bit more to be able to go after that Flash. I also know that I really want to get Wonder Woman in there because Wonder Woman could start attacking Invisible Woman with a shifting focus. So I use, looks like I move her there, or do I, yeah, I move her there to be able to stay within 3, and I basically try to base her. I try to lasso her to keep her down, to keep her up with 2 tokens, hoping she doesn't hit a willpower, and yeah, from there it's pretty straightforward. I move Lord Doom up because he's able to just charge the whole way, and he goes after Flash. I hit some key rolls. The other Flash gets to come up there, and they don't. He hits some rollouts with Flash, but Dark Phoenix comes in there, and I basically am able to surround his team, take out the one chase Flash, and then I'm able to just basically, I think that was the last action. I think Invisible Woman actually survived near the end. Really cool team by Jason. So I won this first round. Really cool team by Jason. It was definitely not something I was expecting. He has the flexibility of the Dooms, 2 Flashes, which I think is cool. Invisible Woman with Power Gen's pretty cool because you have to be within 3, so she can be aggressive and just really hard to kill. It's just she suffers now because, you know, you can turn off that trait with just a Pulse Wave. I didn't have any Pulse Wave. I misplayed in this by playing Lord Doom. I shouldn't have, because I forgot about all my peasants. I should have stuck with either Doom or I could have stuck with Annihilator, Annihilating Conqueror Doom, because Annihilating Conqueror Doom has Pulse Wave. So that's not bad, because I would be able to Pulse Wave her and then just hit her, because she's pretty easy to take down. So overall, fun match. First time playing Jason, Jason Allen. I felt bad because my dice were really hot for that match. So that was definitely a fun match. So I ended up beating him 265 to 85. I scored points by taking out the time platform, but I didn't ultimately take out Invisible Woman, I think is what it was. So my second match was against the winner of the whole thing, Chad. He was playing, I'm sure you've seen it out there, but he was playing a double Dark Phoenix, 3 Flashes, Molecule Man, I think, like is a Latveria team, I believe. That game really came down to map roll. I won map, even though he had a +3 on me, which is unusual. Took him to Latveria. I was able to lasso him, take him down. It was a very close match. I didn't really misplay a ton in that game. I just remember that I underestimated the potential of Flash. Like, I remember that from the get-go. He has 2 charged Flashes and 1 TK, and I just didn't expect him to have the reach that Flash does. So he was able to get over to my Dark Phoenix when I wasn't thinking that he could. And he was able to take him out. He was able to take out Dark Phoenix and Wonder Woman. Those were the 2 pieces, 115. Um, Ultimately, though, he wasn't able to take out Giganta, and she did a lot of stuff while she was out there. I was able to get Doom into the fray. I was able to get my Flash into the fray. So I ultimately wiped him. But that probably would have gone the other way if I hadn't won map. It'd be close. I'll say it'd be close. I like Chad's team. Chad's a very good player. I think my team, if I want to be honest, I'm not this type of guy. I would argue I think my team's better. Molecule Man aside, I like the Latveria and Wonder Woman. It's a little bit more alpha striking, and it gives me double waves. You know, I could bring Wonder Woman Giganta over, then I could bring Flash and Doom over. I have multiple waves coming at you, so you have to decide which you're going for. But I will easily say I won this one because I won map. I was able to, get the alpha first, and I was able to shut down a lot of his team. He did a great job at coming back. But yeah, that was my second match. So at this point, I was 2-0. Decent points. Very good points, actually. And at that point, I played Trent Morello. Trent Morello, that was a very close game. He won map? He won map? Or did I win map? He won map because he had his... So Trent was playing Lassophobia. Just a pure Lassophobia team, but with Fulcrum Abominus on there. Which, if you don't know about Fulcrum, definitely a Dark Phoenix killer. By far a Dark Phoenix killer. Because it just goes right through your defensive powers, because you can't use defensive powers during that attack. So he won map. It took me to Latveria. He had his Pogs over in my section. He equipped first turn. That was the goal. He had to wait for me to do something. My first turn, I thought I had it, but I didn't. I was off by one. I thought about it for a while. I thought about sniping his Pogs, his peasants, with Dark Phoenix, because I know I'd be able to heal a lot. But I knew Fulcrum would come over and then ultimately just kill Dark Phoenix, because just go right through that stock click. But I had Molecule Man and I had some spacing, so I thought, okay, I can just position things well, Molecule Man in, and make it where he can't retail me. And I actually did a really good job, I think, except I missed one spot. And so he was able to get Fulcrum over, but luckily he missed. I was able to hit him because I had one prob. Fulcrum has its own prob, but I also had 3 theme probs. So I was able to eventually burn through all of those because he had to use his perplexes to get his Wonder Woman over. He had to do double perplex in the movement to get his Wonder Woman over. So he missed. Then he brought everyone over, and then it really was just a slam fest. Like, bam, bam, bam. I took out his Fulcrum. He took out my Dark Phoenix. We kind of just went at each other, and it was a 90 to 175. That doesn't look like much, but it was. Because he was able to take out... I actually don't remember everything that he was able to take out. But he brought Martian Manhunter over. I was a little surprised that he didn't push Martian Manhunter or use Martian Manhunter's ability to move. Give someone a free move. Really good game, though. Really good game. That's one where I lost maps. So at this point, I'm 3-0. Pretty okay points. And I'm feeling pretty good at this point, because I know at this point 3 and 2s make it in, not everyone, but I know I have good points so far. And I'm playing a team that's aggressive, which is not usually my style, but I'm vibing on this team, so I feel better. I'm not used to that. And as you can see on this, I won match 1, Dan won match 2. So as you can expect, that brings us to game number 2, me versus Dan. Now Dan's playing Bat Doom, which is Sky Tyrant, 2 Flashes, Amanda Waller, Doom, and Batman Prime. He has Alchemical Fire and one of the gems, I think Power Gem or Reality Gem. I think it's Power Gem. kind of looks like Power Gem. So he has both of those. He equips a chemical fire on Batman so he can do the whole token thing. So my plan for this, before we start playing through it, it was a very good game. My plan for this was emotional modifier. Because obviously he won map, as you can see. We went to the Glen Cemetery. My thought was, okay, emotional modifier my whole team. So that way they can't be mind controlled. That means Batman can't just go ham and just mind control everyone. That was my fear, was he was going to immediately do that and just wipe out my team. So I immediately equipped emotional modifier. I barriered up. I should have probably pushed to barrier. But I did my positioning wrong because I couldn't get somebody in the right position. So let me speed this up as well. So his first turn he equips. Hindsight, though, is one of those things where like he even admits that he should have done things a little bit different. It's hard to see on here. You can see his dice rolls. He has Molecule Man as well. His Molecule Man rolls, I don't think he rolled below a 4 the entire time. Like, he was hitting every single Molecule Man roll. So he, yep, see, there's a 5. So he does all those 5, which makes it really hard for me. But my first thought was defense. I got to make sure I'm in a good position to protect my people. I get emotional modifier equipped, so that way I can that way I could just hate everybody. I could hate my team essentially. After that point, I also Molecule Man up. I don't quite get it in front of Wonder Woman. I actually Dark Phoenix. I actually rolled poorly. I think I only rolled like a 2. I guess we'll see it here in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, I rolled a 2. So like he got 5, I got 2. I sidestepped Giganta up, and just to help block some things. He just TK's Sky Tyrant out and just obliterates my yeah, there's Sky Tyrant. He obliterates my Dark Phoenix and my my Charge Flash. He just takes both of them out. At that point, and then he's able to move all the way over here with my Spin Ring, which is not fun. So at that point, I know I have to get aggressive. I can't get to his people because once again, let's see if you can see it right here. He rolls a 6, so I know everyone's barriered up. I can't do anything. Actually, he may have rolled a 4 there. Either way, though, I know I couldn't get to his team. I know I needed to get to Sky Tyrant. So I ultimately was able to get into a position to where I could lasso Sky Tyrant and a Flash, I think? Let me see. No. Was it because they copied Batman, so they had stealth. So I was able to just come forward and just lasso him up. And I just opted not to move Giganta over, because I wanted her to stay lassoed. So he brought Doom up. And he whiffed on his attacks, as you could see. And so he was able to bring in Vulcan, who hit me, which was not fun. Oh, and that's his... He brought his Flash, his Doom. He brought all those over. At this point, I'm starting to lasso up. I'm about to bring Giganta over to start smashing some people. And then I'm going to bring Doom and Flash over as well. This is a really good match. He'll easily tell you that he made some mistakes. He forgot his alchemical fire a few times. Yeah, so I took out his Vulcan. I heard his Tyrant, which was key. He rolled his thing for... he rolled his Impervious as well. But they all get tokens. They're all tokened up. They're all -2 to defense. That's the other benefit, is when they have tokens, they're all doubled up on tokens. At this point, I knew I needed to get Doom in, because Doom's going to be another big heavy hitter. So at this point, I'm TKing him up, and I knew I could charge. I also realized I keep forgetting that I can't. You could just charge through hindering. Like, hindering doesn't stop anything from movement now. So I keep forgetting that, so I particularly go around. But I was able to get over to where I was able to essentially just start going to town. Charge, go in there, start attacking. I do blades to try to get his Doom down. And I roll for blades again, rolled a 3 again. So, actually, no, I killed him at that point because he had taken some damage. So I took out his Doom at this point. He eventually is able to do some more shenanigans. He brought up Waller and Molecule Man to start outwitting the Battle Fury that I kept applying. And I'm sorry, I think I equipped Emotional Modifier actually to Doom. I think that's why that was working during this game. I didn't equip it to Flash. I think I equipped it to Doom. So at that point, I was able to kill his Sky Tyrant. He had 2 tokens on him, but I was able to whittle it down with some flurries, some charges, some Gigantas. He was able to bring in a Brainiac. And once again, this is what separates Dan from me, is that he utilizes, I mean, obviously he's a much better player, but one of those reasons is because he remembers his trouble alerts and troublemakers. I forget that constantly. All the time. Like, all the time. I eventually take out his Flash. I eventually take out his Brainiac. At this point, he has Charging Flash, and I think that's about it. He has Waller and Molecule Man. And Batman. I mean, Batman can still keep mind controlling. I switched to this Wonder Woman because she has 19 defend. That was better. He did keep mind control in Giganta and Wonder Woman. He was able to outwit their Battle Fury, but Giganta only has a 10 attack, so she missed all the time. So yeah. And then I had switched to the other Wonder Woman because I don't want my people to have -2. So, yeah, he kept whiffing. I think he hit once or twice with my people, but not very much. I whiffed on a big attack here against both those people. That's why Dan was a little bit excited. I had my TK Flash up there trying to get a prob. But as you can see, Molecule Man didn't do anything while sitting in the back. Like, he just hung out there. Unfortunately. I underutilized him, I think. But ultimately, though, we got down to here. And the key mistake he had made was right before Sky Tyrant died. He actually attacked with Sky Tyrant right here. And he actually forgot to move away after. That was one of 2 mistakes he'll mention if he talked about this game. He forgot the Alchemical Fire, and then he forgot about moving away after resolutions. But I ultimately won. It was a great match. I don't win often against Dan, but I did win against him 190-75. He took out a Ring, Dark Phoenix, and one of my Flashes. That equals 30 and 10 more points. I forget where the other 10 points came. Oh, because I think I did call in a trouble alert at one point that he was able to take out. So either way, really good match. So yeah, that was my round 4. So at this point, I'm 4-0. So I know I'm in top 8. I've never really done this well before in Constructed, so I was feeling good. I was feeling real good. But I also knew 4-0 I was in, so I could just relax a little bit in this next match. I'm used to playing like Don't Die teams, teams that are a little bit harder to kill, it means I don't get a lot of points. So I wasn't used to having a lot of points also. So it was nice to have a kind of more relaxing. And as you can see here, my opponent was going to be Brian. Brian was playing a robot team. And that robot team was your standard Superman robots, Magneto, Sinister, Sabretooth. He didn't have any Colossals, so he had 4 Superman robots, Hammond, the 3 Danger Room, WWE Ring, Galactus. Mad Thinker. He had Mad Thinker too. So yeah, that was interesting. I had played that team before. I haven't played against it before in a while. I played a variation of it in the Mafia event. He played a robot team like that before. So yeah, it was a good match. I ultimately won that one. It was close. He forgot about the Wonder Woman lasso thing, so he had all his people bunched up at the beginning, and I was able to just come over, lasso everyone up, hit everyone, kill a lot of robots. And then I was able to take out Hammond. I was able to take out Mad Thinker. He was able to take out, I think he killed Wonder Woman. Let's see, what was the final point total? Yeah, it was a close game. He was able to take out Wonder Woman and Giganta, but I was able to get a retail on him, and I was able to take out, I think I took out Magneto at the end. I was able to get I was able to get Doom up there to start doing his 3 attacks and whittling down his team, and I was able to whittle down Magneto to take out Magneto. So the only pieces left that were that I didn't take out, I believe, was just because he ended up getting 3 error tokens on Sabretooth at some point, which is why I don't ever play Sabretooth, because Flurry, you're going to roll some 1s in there. I think I was able to take out Sabretooth, and it was really just down to Sinister with Galactus. And so I wasn't able to kill him at the end. But Doom was in there, Emotional Modifier came in there. It's a surprisingly really good team, even though you don't have Perplex on the team. Generally I lower defenses 2 stages consistently because of the lasso tokens and then the rare Wonder Woman's trait, and then Emotional Modifier could do it. So it's really fun. We'll talk about changes there in a second. My final match going into top 8 was against Jalen. I say final match because Jalen won. I will say going into this, there was a little bit of confusion. Jalen was told incorrectly that if you have 2 Annihilators, they cancel a keyword, so you can't use theme props unless they have Latveria, which isn't true. So I didn't have theme props during this because I believed him. And I didn't realize I had made a mistake. But I had 1 map. I didn't take his power gem. That was my first mistake. I made 2 big mistakes in here. I didn't take his power gem. He's playing Latveria, Spider-Ham, Doom, Spider-Ham, Micron, not Adam, Dark Phoenix, and a few other pieces, obviously Doom. And so he was actually down 30 points because he accidentally played a Q, a Prime Q, and so they just removed it and let him keep playing, which was fine. So I made a mistake. I equipped. I didn't go after his power gem, so he was able to equip power gem. That was my first big mistake. So the game played out pretty normal. I go over there to do my opening attack. It's really hard to see this, but I go all the way over there to make my opening attack. I lasso some things. I was able to get Giganta over there. I think I double tokened or came close to double tokening Dark Phoenix, but Giganta whiffed big time, and I didn't have theme props, which I should have, but I didn't. So she whiffed, which was not good. Yeah, you can see her right here. He was able to kind of come back a lot. His dice were, he'll readily admit this, his dice were super hot. He hit so many super senses. He took out my Wonder Woman. Eventually took out my Wonder Woman. His Dark Phoenix was healed up in the corner because he had killed some peasants. I made a huge mistake my third turn because I was trying to move my pieces out of the way so I could retowel. I was really pumped about that. But I had accidentally, like, this was a side-step carry, and then I was going to move Giganta. So this is the mistake where I power action did her retowel because I lassoed, thus placing her, thus meaning I couldn't retowel Dark Phoenix. Probably my biggest mistake of the day, because if I could have retoweled, I would have had a much better shot. After that, I had to get other pieces involved because he eventually, he just took out my team. Like, Spider-Ham went ham, took out Giganta, was going after Wonder Woman. I was able to get Doom involved up there. I eventually got Phoenix involved, as you can see here with a retowel. I think I whiffed a bit on that too. No, I didn't. I did take out his Phoenix. But there wasn't much I could do else otherwise because he has his Doom. He has his ham that could come up and hit me. I was able to snag, that's his Atom over there. He moved his Atom to the back. I was able to snag him with a charge, flash because he had left an object here. So I was able to TK him up, charge, object attack, and then a normal attack. And he did miss those two, thank goodness. So I was able to, his Micron, I should say. So I was able to, he missed his one Super Sense, I think, with that. So I was able to take Micron out, but at that point, I'm still hurting. His Doom beat up my Doom. We kind of had a little slap fight over there. And then Ham went to town. Because I didn't get that power gem, Ham was doing like 5 damage consistently. And then he just hit some clutch rollouts on Ham, and it was sad. I misplayed pretty poorly, but his dice were also hot. So it was a mess. I hated going undefeated in the day and then dropping top 8. But you know what? That happens. I still had a great time. I still feel great about the team. I still had a chance to come back. Like, at this point, it was about to be last action. Dark Phoenix was up pretty high. I had some movement there to be able to take out some pieces, but he ran with Ham, and I wasn't able to really kind of make a comeback. I whiffed, and he hit some rolls again. So, but yeah, things I would change. I might drop Molecule Man. I'm really debating if I need more than 3 actions. I played 67 Doom the entire day except for round 1. So, and I played against Dooms all the time, so I really only had 3 actions and I functioned fine. So I'm now thinking about, okay, can I drop Molecule Man in the 2 flashes and go with Oz and Sky Tyrant? And I'm limited to 3 actions. That stinks, but if my team can function with 3 actions, and I have a Sky Tyrant now, who's definitely way better than Charge Flash, and Mr. Oz, which could give me a prop from across the field. It's something I'm going to test. Because I think I'd have to lose Emotional Modifier and something else as well. Yeah, I'd have to lose Emotional Modifier and equip Remaker or a Ring to Sky Tyrant. But overall, great weekend. Chad won. I lost to Jalen 300 to 120. It was a little closer than that, but I lost pretty bad. But yeah, I just wanted to do this quick video just to talk about the weekend, talk about my Saturday. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments. And yeah, until next time, guys. Thanks.